All right, hello everyone. Thank you for joining our thank you for joining our session today, TRIO Student Support Services. Today we're going to talk about how we support students, what that looks like for your TRIO Scholar. We're so excited that you're here today, and we're so excited that your student is with us. So we wanted to go ahead and share with you a little bit about TRIO and what we do and how we provide services for students. We serve about 206 students. We're a federally funded program, and we're so excited to see you here today. So without further ado, my colleague Louisa will share with us what TRIO Student Support Services is and how we provide, what we provide for our students and what that looks like. So thank you, Louisa. We'll let you go ahead and get started.
Hi everyone, my name is Louisa and I work with TRIO Student Support Services. If you are here today, you probably have a son, daughter, or student that is a part of our program. So we're really excited to welcome you as part of our TRIO family, and let's get started. So, always does this. There we go. Some of you may be wondering, what is TRIO? I know that my son or daughter is in this program, but I'm unsure exactly what it is. Well, TRIO is a federally funded program that helps first generation, low income, and/or students with disabilities transition into and graduate from college. Since we are a federally funded program, this means that we obtain money from the federal government. So TRIO is not funded through Washington University. We get money from the federal budget. And since we get money from the federal government, we are on a 5-year grant cycle. So that means every 5 years we have to renew our TRIO grant. And I'm very excited to announce that our TRIO grant just got renewed this past September. So we are good to go for the next 5 years. And then ultimately, our goal is to help make sure that your student obtains graduation, the big celebration after 4 years of very hard work. And we love to see the evolution of that process through our advising and through our mentorship. So you might be wondering, who's advising my student? That's a great question. So first and foremost, we have Dr. Kim Morton. She is our fearless TRIO leader. She advises and supports first year WashU students. She's also the person you go to when you have a question about the budget, financial aid, anything TRIO related. When it comes to regulations, she is the go-to person. She's also the mastermind behind the team. She dreams big, and we dream big along with her because she allows us to dream big. Next, we have Corinne Jones, lovingly known as Coco. She advises sophomore and junior TRIO scholars, and she has a really great relationship with the Learning Center. Basically, Coco is all things academic, and because she has a great relationship with the Learning Center, which is the tutoring center and academic support center on campus, TRIO in turn has a great relationship with them. So if a student needs mentoring or support, TRIO is able to provide them with that. And then finally, yours truly. Hi, my name is Luisa Castañeda Cano, and I advise senior TRIO scholars. I'm also in charge of our alumni network, and along with the rest of the team, I support everybody when we program events. So moving on. So you might be wondering, okay, this is great. My scholar seems to be getting a lot of mentorship, academic support, but what else does TRIO provide? Well, we truly believe in holistic advising. So not only are the academics one of our main concerns, but is your student going to class every day? Is there something that's preventing them from going to class? Are they sick? Are they fed? Like, are they okay as a person? Like, we are here for them because we believe that academic excellence and success is linked to personal well-being. So we believe in meeting the student where they are and then helping them succeed from there. I also talked a little bit about academic tutoring. So the Learning Center has a program called Mentor Match. So if a student is struggling with a class or would like more support in that class, we can reach out to the Learning Center for the student, and the TRIO Scholar will have the opportunity to have a tutor in the class. So prior to COVID, we also had graduate school visits. So graduate school visits were great. We've gone to DC, Washington, DC, Atlanta, Nashville, as well as Chicago in the past. And these are great opportunities for students to see, is graduate school something that is right for me? Should I go into a PhD program or a master's program? What's the difference? Should I go into business school or law school? And then on these graduate trips, not only do they get to talk to university and graduate school representatives, they also get a chance to network with Washington University alumni. If you look at the first picture, this is a picture from our Chicago trip a few years back, where our TRIO students got a chance to meet and talk to alumni from WashU that lived in Chicago. And honestly, it was my favorite part of that trip. It was a lot of great networking, a lot of great advice, phone numbers and emails were exchanged. It was fabulous. TRIO also helps out with financial assistance. So TRIO is allowed or has the ability to support low-income college students through the TRIO supplemental grant. However, not all TRIO scholars qualify for the TRIO supplemental grant, and when TRIO scholars still need financial assistance, the TRIO community is really good about plugging them in to different resources on campus, whether that's student financial services or different private funds to help them with whatever need they may have. We talked a little bit about professional development and networking opportunities. TRIO has a good partnership with the Career Center, and we have one of our Career Center partners on the call, Mr. Jim Burney. I refer a lot of my students to Jim. He helps them out with LinkedIn resumes. But for TRIO events, we do a lot of professional events. We do resume workshops, cover letter workshops, personal statement workshops. What should you think about when you're going into a job interview? What should you dress? So we have a lot of these very practical workshops that we encourage you to encourage your students to attend, because we find that students who attend these workshops ultimately have long-term success in their desired field or in their desired interview for a job. We already talked a little bit about networking opportunities, but other events that we do, we partner with University Advancement, which is Washington University's version of alumni and development. So before COVID, we would have networking dinners, also the just networking dinners that students could network with alumni at the University Advancement House, and also obtain mentors. So we have found those to be very fruitful discussions, along with the networking opportunities that we do on our graduate school visits. We're also a firm believer in community building and cultural events. In any given regular non-COVID semester, you might find us on a Friday night at the Fox Theater watching Rent or Stomp, or even here on campus in the Edison Theater watching LNYF, Carnival, or Diwali. So there's so many opportunities for TRIO students to meet other TRIO students, build a community of like-minded individuals from similar backgrounds, and also explore different facets of their identities. So now we can have a little sneak peek of what our TRIO community looked like in the 2019-2020 academic year. So this is a reminder, we have around 206, 208 TRIO scholars. The average GPA was 3.32. Out of the 59 seniors that were scheduled to graduate, 50 graduated. This was the 9 that didn't graduate were either going to graduate later in the summer or during this fall semester. They were either short on credits or on leave of absences. And we had over 1,000 successful student contacts. What does this mean? It means we had reached out to students and they responded. And we had over 1,000 contacts. And then once again, for perspective, we have 206 students in our program. So that's a lot of communication from us to our scholars. And then successful COVID contacts, as in COVID happened and we were able to reach this many students. We at least reached all of our students at least once with 217 contacts. And then the total number of events that were mostly in person last year were 34. And to put this into perspective, there's about 15 to 16 weeks in a semester. So that's about 2 or so events per week. So we were really cranking those out. So there's a lot of opportunities for scholars to engage with us. And then finally, this is a quick snapshot of what a regular graduate school visit looks like. This was from spring 2020. We went during spring break. We had 20 scholars in attendance. We visited the universities of Howard, Georgetown, George Washington, American, and Gallaudet. We had 4 cultural enrichment opportunities. This basically just means that students got a chance to visit the Capitol, as you can see from our group picture, a really great looking group of folks. We also visited some museums as well as the Lincoln and the Washington Memorial. So a lot of great and fond memories that we had on this trip. And we're hopefully going to be able to do this again after COVID. But this is honestly one of my favorite parts of the job, and I feel like my colleagues feel the same thing as well. And then not only is TRIO involved within our own TRIO community, but we firmly believe that we have a positive impact in our campus community. So we're very active in our campus community. Last year was the first year that Washington University recognized the achievements of first generation students and graduates, and we held, TRIO hosted a first generation celebration where we had over 150 people in attendance. It was great. We had a student panel, and one of our students was the main keynote speaker. You can see him right there in the picture giving the speech. We also had a first generation recognition ceremony where we had a video and gifts for first generation graduates last May. This was virtual, of course. And TRIO is very happy to also house and was also the creator of the first generation faculty and staff directory, where we have over 130 submissions. This is basically a PDF, an online PDF, where faculty and staff at WashU have identified as first generation, and students can go and search and see what faculty and staff are first generation students. And we're hoping that this builds the being first generation proud, but also allows students to go out and seek mentors that have had similar experiences to their own. We also believe in professional development. In the past, we've gone to in-person conferences, but now we're doing a lot of professional development online as a staff and as a team. And then finally, we do the TRIO Senior Celebration. One of our TRIO scholars last year created a video to celebrate the achievements of our TRIO scholars who were graduating. So I'm going to play it now. I don't know if it's, there we go. So I'll play the first few seconds of it, of the video. And this is just kind of a screenshot of what our TRIO scholars are involved in and how we're just celebrating them for graduating last year.
Maybe it's just the beginning. It's fire. As we go on, we remember
As you can see, our TRIO scholars are not only involved within our TRIO community, but are also leaders within our university community. And they know how to lead and have fun, which is impressive. Well, this is the end of our presentation, but I really encourage you to connect with us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Does anybody have any questions? I know one of us came in a little bit late. Do you have any questions specifically about TRIO? You can either type it in the chat or feel free to unmute yourself. This is the second time we're running through this presentation, so I am very open and prepared for questions. If not, that is completely okay. I'm just going to stop the recording.